Okay, so I'm going to provide you my Gatekeeper script, which you can basically use to get past the receptionist, because you can be a fucking bitch to get past, and sometimes you need a little help to get past them. So I'm going to give you that. Then I've made a lovely little owner's or manager's script to which you need to speak to the decision maker, get that meeting with them, and essentially close the sale. So I'm going to provide that to you in the next video, which I'll explain in more detail. And to get that script, you need to be a part of my Facebook group. So at the end of this video, my nose is... So to get that script, you need to be a part of my Facebook group, which I will discuss at the end of the video. And I know you're thinking, here he goes, he's going to try and sell us something, he's going to chuck me in a funnel where he's going to supply all these fucking programs to sell to me. I'm not a guru, I'm somebody who knows a lot more than a lot of people coming into this game as a newcomer. I've only been doing this 6 months, so I'm nowhere, I don't brand myself as being this guru. I just know I have a lot of ideas, a lot of value which I can push out and provide to people who are first coming into the game, and some different viewpoints that people who have been in the game longer than me, I can provide them different viewpoints to how to view their current situation. So I'm very good at actually doing that shit. So I want to make a Facebook group which provides as much value as I possibly can and creates as much community around this group as I can as well. And yes, if I get something out of it, if I build my own personal brand, if I get some more views and some more subscribers, so fucking what? It's what I want to do with it. And if I'm providing as much value as possible, then why shouldn't I? So join my Facebook group, and I promise you I'll provide as much value as I possibly can, and let's build this community. But to begin, have a look at my Gatekeeper script, which I'm going to talk you through in the next 2 minutes. And then at the end of the video, I'll discuss some of the Facebook groups and how you can get your hands on my marketing manager or owner script. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through the Gatekeeper script and how I get past receptionist, to which I'll actually provide some cold call videos over the next week. So let's have a look at the script and how I do it. Right, so this is the Gatekeeper script, or the receptionist script if you're in the UK, because I know in the US they call it gatekeeper, whereas in the UK they call it receptionist. But I've created this script with the combination of using some of Jordan Belfort's work, and I'm going to point you to one tip that I got from a mentor of mine, and I'll link you to his stuff as well. He provided one of the little tips in this script as well, and it works fucking wonders, and I highly recommend looking his stuff up. So, let's get into it. This is the Gatekeeper script. This is going to teach you how to get past the receptionist or the gatekeeper and then get through to the person which you really need to speak to. Okay, so we're going to go down to the overview. So I like making a bit of a disclaimer to you guys of what to actually expect and how to frame this when you go into this. So the top tip really is not to sound like a salesman and to sound like you're speaking to a friend. There's nothing worse than having somebody pick up the phone and then answering it, just hearing some dickhead on the other line going, "Oh, hello, my name's Thomas Evans, I'm calling from how's it going today?" That's like straight up salesy. And you can't, honestly, I can't say this strong enough. Do not sound like a fucking salesman. Sound as if you're speaking to a friend. It makes one hell of a difference. So, I've also gone to the next bit, which is avoid certain trigger words when you first pick up the phone. So that can be avoiding the word marketing, sales, anything that basically puts you out there as being a salesman or I'm trying to sell you something. You don't want to have that. They're not fucking stupid, and these receptionist gatekeepers are trained to listen to people like you and instructed to hang the fuck up as soon as they hear trigger words like that. And it's so obvious when you're trying to sell them something. So sound professional, but sound as if you're coming to them as a friend. Okay, so one other golden tip or golden rule that I give out in my things is that whenever I ring these receptionists or the owners and I try and ring through to my restaurants, the prospects, I always send them something in advance. So this can be a letter or an email. I prefer letters, and I'll probably provide some more information, or I'll give you a draft to that if you look in the description below. Click it, I'll send you the link, or give me a message and I'll send you that way. But I send a letter first because owners tend to ignore emails, or they don't see it because there's so much other noise coming through from these big agencies just sending them promotional shit all the time. So your little email from little Tom isn't going to go fucking anywhere. Send them a letter, make sure the letter looks really professional, very nice, very well spoken, and chuck a business card in the letter if you wish. I personally use extremely high quality paper because I have a company to represent, so I'm pushing this piece of paper out which is extremely high quality, very well written, and it looks flashy. I sign it, everything, okay? So the golden rule, send them something as it gives you an excuse to call. So that's vital. And I made a little bit of a joke. You can send them anything. Send them literally anything. Email, letter. Don't send them a dick pic, as I don't think they'll appreciate that. But anyway, when you're on the phone, and I'll explain this in bits and bobs throughout the actual reading through the script, tonality is everything, and I highly recommend you looking at Jordan Belfort's work. So he does a lot on tonality and how to actually speak on the phone and how to entertain people when you speak to them. There's nothing worse than somebody who just speaks in this monotone voice all the way without making any intonations or blah 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 blah. It's boring as fuck to listen to. Right, so now we're going to walk through the script, and I can't stress this enough. Tweak this to your preferences, use this as a foundation, and build upon from experience, because this is what I use, and this fits best with my certain thing. If your niche is real estate agents, or you phone for any or you try and go for any niche in particular, tweak it towards how you work best. And some of the language patterns probably won't suit your voice, but they suit mine. Okay, so filter it to your accent, filter it to how you talk and how you interact, which best suits you. Okay. Okay, so getting into the script. You're going to start off saying, hey, this is Tom speaking. I'm just calling to see if I can have a quick chat with the owner, if that's possible, please. You can use your tonality there to intonate at the end of the sentence. Hey, this is Tom speaking. I'm just calling to see if I can have a quick chat with the owner. So you're going to put that intonation at the end of the sentence. Then they're probably going to ask you why, what's it regarding, as they train to ask this. Then you're going to pick one of two options. If you send an email, choose option 2. If you send a letter, choose option 1. So you're going to say you sent him a letter in the mail last week and you're just following up on the information that you discussed with him or her. So if you could pass me through to them, that would be absolutely perfect. Really appreciate that. Right. Most times when you get to this stage, the actual receptionist will say he's busy, he or she is in a meeting, oh yeah, he doesn't answer calls like this, well, if you sound too salesy, and then she'll say, oh, can I take your phone number? And what you've got to realise is, when they ask you these questions, they're just instructed to say this thing. There's nothing against you personally, they just aren't fucking stupid. So they're going to take your number, and I promise you, 99% of the time they will never ever call back. The owner will never call you back. And I've got results from this from making so many calls where I've heard the receptionist say, yeah, I'll take your number, nothing ever comes of it. So give your number, say, yeah, great, blah, 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 that sounds perfect, thanks for that, I really appreciate it. And before she goes to hang up, cut straight in and go, well, can I ask you something as I'm on the phone with you, by any chance? They'll usually say, yes, that's fine. Then you go, hey, do you have any tips when I actually speak to him? Like, is he going to bite my head off? And then you laugh, and I want you to actually laugh when you say this. And that's something I got from Brent, and he's really good at cold calling, but pretty much I'm going to gas him up. He's provided some really good tips on this, and that line is absolutely golden. Every time I've done it, it's worked, and the person's actually laughed on the other end of the phone call, if I say with some congruence, and actually laugh when they do it. Okay, so they're gonna laugh, haha, giggle, giggle, oh, she'll give you some tips, oh, no, he's a nice guy, he's a nice guy. Then you go on to ask some more questions to sort of build that rapport up with the gatekeeper receptionist. So this can be, oh, is he in charge of the, so what is it? Is he in charge of the advertising? Is he in charge of the marketing, I assume? Then they'll say, oh no, he does this, oh no, the staff posts on the social media pages, da 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 da. You continue to ask questions, continue to build up that rapport with the receptionist. So you can ask questions which are, oh, so where's the actual business located? Because I'm from this area, state the area which the business is in. And you say, is it anywhere near that? Then they'll tell you, oh, we have a store here, we have a store there, blah, 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 blah. These questions, you need to come up with them. Yes, these work for me, but you need to come up with your own. That you can use these, but you need to come up with your own, and you'll only learn what best works for you the more phone calls you actually make. Then you'll have the perfect set of questions which you can knock through every single time. Okay, so I continue to ask some questions, and then at this point, the receptionist and you probably build up some rapport if you've done it correctly, and you continue to speak. At this point, they might actually put you through to the owner. I've had it a few times where they think, oh, he's actually here, and this person isn't so bad. Have us chat with him for 2 minutes. Then you can get onto the owner and move on to the owner's script, which I'll provide to you in the next video. But Otherwise, if they continue asking questions and the conversation doesn't really go anywhere, and the owner is genuinely out, you do a little small pitch. And I don't want you on the phone, because I've tried proper pitching the receptionist, and it ends up them cutting across you going, oh, I'll send you a message, blah, 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 blah. So just give a small pitch, enough to let the receptionist pass on to the owner to know you're the real deal, and you're not just wasting their time. So you can say, hey, the main reason why I actually call the business is because I've helped a few businesses locally using social media, like yourself, so like restaurants like yourself. Because social media is quite new, and especially around your area, we're getting some very good results with restaurants like yourself. So there's just a few things which I could honestly help you guys with, and hate to be a pain, but I would love to have a chat with the owner about this, if that's possible. So do you actually know the best time to call, so I can have a quick chat with him? That part is absolutely crucial, so having that reasonable man tone, which I state in the script. So you have to act as if it's just like, hey, we're just two natural guys, you know, we're two guys and gals having a chat, nothing dodgy going around. So, you know, just tell me when he's in, you know. So when you actually ask that question, so do you know when the best time to call in? When you ask that question, actually do this. I know it's a bit silly and you probably look like a tit when you're on the phone, but like legit go, because that will come across in your tonality when you speak. And yeah, it works, it's as simple as that. Yeah, so that's basically the go-to for my sales scripts and what I commonly use to ring up gatekeepers and receptionists and to get through them. So by the time I actually record this, there will be a Facebook group actually set up for you to join. And if you want to join that, I will need to go down to the description and you'll see it on the first line, you'll see the link to my Facebook group. Click on that, give us a follow, join in. I want to build a solid community around this, and I don't want to bullshit anybody. I don't want to get you jump into any funnels. I want to provide you guys with as much value as I can. Because I've been involved in a lot of these groups for a long time, and I provide a lot of value. And I want to honestly create one where I can continue to provide as much value as I can in my own personal space. I want to build this brand, I want to move this forward, and I want to provide you guys with as much value as I possibly can. So click the link, then give me a follow, and I'll pass you through the owner script, which I'll also describe in the next video. Okay guys, thanks for watching, appreciate it, thank you guys, au revoir.